Well, once again, this month is a mission failed. Remnant 2 proved to be too difficult to do within the time frame. I probably didn't do myself any favors by playing on a higher tier of difficulty. Probably didn't help that my little brother refused to play with me too, since the game even says it's designed and balanced with co-op in mind. I also had some glitches, like for some reason the trophies related to getting a second class and a secret class didn't pop for me, despite me switching them around and making sure to grab other class change items. I got about 80% or so of the way through the campaign. I thought I could do a more melee focused build, but apparently not, as a large amount of the bosses float out of reach and can never be smacked with melee. I chose to start with a challenger class, so I at least ended up getting an extra life, essentially, which was necessary as this game is hard. This game feels like a combination of Outriders with the gunplay combined with Dark Souls for exploration, difficulty, healing, checkpoints, and wild dark fantasy aspect. The game has a lot of secrets and exploration, and can be fun, and exploration can be fun, although some stuff is hidden a bit too well, and due to the semi-random nature of the world generations, you can never be sure if you actually explored everything or if you actually missed something. RNG plays into a lot of this game. Its zones, layout, and bosses, for the most part, are randomized, and even the same run doesn't have all of the same enemies. For the most part, there are 6 worlds. The hub world, which really only has the tutorial and the base of operations. The labyrinth, which doesn't change, really only having a few things of note within it. Root Earth, the final semi-unchanging world, and the 3 reroll worlds. Each of the reroll worlds have a base of 2 main quests, determining certain areas spawning, quests, and the final boss. Each of these worlds can be your starting world, so there is some interesting variety. My first world was Lossum, which is the home of the Fae and the Dran. I started in the Fae realm, seeing that due to an assassination of the one true king, the world is effectively split into 2, one light and one dark. Through my exploration, I found that the world has been smashed together with the Dran's world, meaning it's a bit jarring walking through a magical door, ending up in a Gothic-style London, or what feels like falling back into Bloodborne's Yharnam. Yeah, exploring the Dran world, I kept shouting, "What in the name of Yharnam is this?" From the people with slipshod rifles, the wackos with bizarre buzzsaw weapons, and the weird cat-bat werebear things, this felt like Yharnam all over again. Which was pretty cool, although the sewer slug boss is pretty annoying. And then ending it with fighting either Phelan or Farron is a pretty big challenge. I did come back here later too, after a couple rerolls, to make sure I used the Assassin's Dagger to slay the Red Prince and get the special crown. The labyrinth was weird as heck, and the boss was more of an annoying puzzle than a fight. You have to blast the white spheres on all of the cubes, and if any of the cubes land on you, it's an instant game over. Of course, this also gets annoying with the energy blasts, the waves of evil rhombus energies, and the ways the cubes like to shift their dice rolls. Once you take down the evil cube, for some reason the game loves making you fight evil cubes. And perceived through more through the stories, you can gain access to the other 2 starter worlds. Yesha is also a world corrupted by rot, filled with the Pan, who can't tell the difference between humans, as we have neither horn nor hoof. Apparently this is a world that is carried over from the first game, and has some weird stuff from the root corrupting the very nature. The world, though, is pretty cool, although I wish making a blood moon occur was easier. I also got my secondary class, the Summoner, letting me summon some cool minions to help me out. The final starter world is Enrude, a sci-fi world set on a barren spaceship filled with toxic gas, zombies, and of course, robots with lasers. The selection and contrast of the worlds is really cool, although the enemy variety is kinda low, with most worlds only having a small handful of types. I was, for the most part, enjoying my time with this game. I would complain more about the difficulty, however, it was probably my fault for not starting at normal. It also seemed weird that my starter melee weapon has constantly outclassed every other weapon I've found. I spent around 40 hours with it and may revisit it in the future, pending a gift, sale, etc. Unfortunately, this means that this month, despite only having 3 games to do, this month is a mission failed. I'm just glad that I didn't attempt to get Dying Lights Platinum, as that thing takes as long as 150 hours and requires a team of 3 for one of the 2 online trophies, which is just annoying. I wonder what games will be leaving in August. So until next time, like and subscribe, and please enjoy the prior 2 games of this month, and remember... What in the name of Yarnum is that?